Yeah,
there is an eye in this one anyway.
So, it's probably the first opportunity of the evening to discuss the game of football, and Leeds away. So, first thing, Hans?
No.
You disgust me, all of you.
Obviously, I'm glad I didn't go.
I'll be honest, I was really questioning it on the way up and before, sitting there thinking, should I really have spent 35 quid to go and watch this? And I'm so glad I did. It was a great game of football. It was really good fun. A great day out.
Phenomenally exciting on the radio.
It did, because we took the Leeds.
We took the Leeds. I don't know whether you realise, but what you just did there
was the biggest moment of my life.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, where do you start with this? Were you all listening?
Yes.
Ish.
Did it sound exciting?
It did sound. They're biased anyway, aren't they, old matey and that other idiot?
They are, Matey and the Idiot.
Matey and the Idiot, they're called.
Sounds like a great
Welcome to Matey
70s
and the
cop
Idiot
show. Matey and the Idiot.
But they're always
Hey,
exciting.
Matey, come on.
You know,
I thought it was a follow-on from
You're such an idiot.
Hitman and Her or something like that.
yeah. But they make it exciting. But it did sound like an exciting game. It really did.
Yeah.
Were the fans loud?
Yeah, you could. Well, they were
could hear
saying
them
on the radio that they were right underneath where the commentary was, so all you could hear was Milton Keynes. You couldn't hear anything else.
The Leeds fans were really loud when we scored.
The Leeds fans, I mean, let's be honest, right? I think when they sing, they're astounding. They are better than just about anyone else I've seen outside. But it's the karaoke thing. I can't take it seriously when they have to have the music playing to do it. And they weren't loud for most of the rest of the game. When they equalised, they made a bit of noise. And it was quite good fun. There was good banter going on between them. I mean, you know, they'd been singing fairly intensively for the first 5 or 10 minutes. So we then started singing Your Support Is, you know, started taking the mickey out of them at various points. There were some really funny chants, which I didn't write down, so I can't remember what they were. But there were just a bit of banter going between, which, God, I just used the word banter. I do apologise.
Where were you sitting?
I'm a 47-year-old man.
Were you up in that corner where we were before? Or
No,
you moved now?
No, they've moved us. So we get the
other corner.
Well, no,
the
not
side,
even the corner.
the side off that where the corner flag is taken.
Yeah,
like not on the corner,
pointing,
but the side where
you do realise that any other team would have been behind the goal, so they
Behind
could,
the
like,
goal,
you know,
to the
contain
side
all
of
the
it.
fans together. Because it was the Dons, they put them on a whole side to spread them all out, so they could take photographs and say
there weren't many
look,
of us. Yeah,
look,
I'll tell you why there weren't many of us.
why weren't there many of us?
40 quid.
40 quid
on the day. Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, very true. 40 quid, absolutely ridiculous. And to be honest, you know, while it has character, it's not a great view. You've got pillars all over the place. 40 quid for that is ridiculous at any level.
I did the same as, well, at least 107 that I know on social media that woke up on the day and thought, I'm going to go to that, and then realised that it was another £5, and then we thought, no, won't bother.
Well, you know, you missed a great game. I think we had passion. We had passion. We had fight. Carruthers was like a man possessed.
Did he nearly come up against his second red card this year against Leeds?
Very much, yeah.
It sounded much like that on the radio, to be honest.
But the good thing about it was, I mean, normally there's a point with Carruthers that he starts off relatively slow, and if people start attacking him, he gets wound up, and then he gets reckless. It seemed to be controlled recklessness. So the moment he got booked, he stepped back.
They should have to calm down on the radio. They were telling him.
And he did. The moment he got booked, he calmed down. But I thought he was very strong. It was one of those. I mean, the goal was good. It was well taken.
Which one?
Can I put my hand up? Can I interject? It says
please
here,
interject.
Escorted to the back of the queue.
Yes.
Who was?
The supporters' coaches were after the game. It's a really weird sight. There's loads of different routes on and off of the stadium
you used to go
site.
to like a car park across the road, didn't you? Is it you actually in the place?
In the place, there's a set. What we basically got is a set away supporters' car park, and which is all okay.
How much is it to park there? I think.
Well, I don't know. But we were on the coach, so there was a massive space for our two coaches. We had plenty of space, but then after the game, they got this big tow truck thing to come and sit in front of us with its lights blaring, and then escorted us all the way around and stuck us right at the back of a queue. It was just a really bizarre thing.
That's a bit petty, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a little bit.
And it costs 75 quid to do that as well.
Yeah, and
is Steve Evans still fat?
He is still
I'm
fat,
really
actually.
surprised if he wasn't.
Yeah.
I hate him.
He was very angry at
I don't
times.
mind him. I think he's quite funny.
I can't remember what we said when we done the show following on from Rotherham earlier in the season. No, me, I probably said, leave him alone, he's not that bad, we need characters like that. But he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, he's an idiot. But
He has tattooed mascara. Come on.
he's an idiot, right? In exactly the same manner as that Katie Hopkins is. It's just an act. He's not like that. That's how he is. That's just an act. She's not like that. He's not like that. He's a funny fat man. I like him. I like funny fat men. He is, isn't he? You know what? See,
He supports Celtic.
does he? I wouldn't be surprised. He's fat enough, isn't he? Don't get any fat Rangers supporters. I'm trying to think. No, not a one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. I like him. He's a terrible manager, you know. I mean, how on earth he's managed to rock up there? I'm dare saying another 2 or 3 weeks there'll be another guy there. But what can you say? Did he have his sombrero on, or was he?
He didn't.
No.
I mean, I can't see... it's very difficult to take him seriously there. They're a club with history and a club with a certain character.
Yeah. And I don't think
that's
his
not the
character
character that fits it.
No.
Really?
It's like...
No,
seriously,
no,
yeah.
it's not that.
It's like when Liverpool signed David Speedy. Sorry, I'm
Do
going
you know
off
who
on
would
one
be a
here.
good fit for Leeds?
Who would be a good fit for
That
Leeds?
guy that got the sack from Leicester, I can't think of his name now.
Sven-Göran
Nigel
Eriksson.
Pearson. That's
Nigel
the kind
Pearson.
of guy.
Yeah, that's
He's
true,
a
yeah.
Leeds manager because he would just walk up and nut you, wouldn't he? Like Steve Evans would walk up and eat you because he's just enormously fat.
What about Carl Robertson? I think he's got Leeds all over him.
Nah.
He has got
Now they
Leeds
got
all
that
over
kind
him.
of weird. I kind of that's think Leeds
But
wouldn't really
overall, walking away from the game,
Uh-huh.
late equaliser one way or another.
Who
Satisfied
scored
with the
that
point?
equaliser? I can't remember now.
we may have to talk about that in a second.
Let's talk about it.
As I left, I couldn't believe we'd lost it. We deserved to win it, and it was...
It was two points thrown away, wasn't it?
If you'd offered me a point at the start, I would have bitten your hand off for it, because I honestly thought we were going to get pasting. But we battled so hard, we fought so well, we defended strongly and tightly, we created... or at least we kept possession.
We headed the ball into our own net.
And then we headed the ball into our own net. And
I've watched that so many times on slow-mo replay, and if there was one person on the field that knew what he was doing, I can't for the life of me work out who the hell it was.
It was. You can see, he was trying to head it back. He was trying to cushion it back to Dave, and it was just... I think if he'd have headed it anywhere else on that pitch...
Yep.
It wouldn't have caused us a problem, but that exact place it went to...
Quite literally 5 minutes after it had been done, someone put it up on Twitter, like a clip of it, and when you seen the Twitter clip, it looked like he'd real bullet-headed it in.
Yeah.
But, because they were behind the goal and it was on a phone, but when I watched it on the telly, it was, you could see what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it was trending on Twitter within like about 10 minutes of it happening.
That was
saying... This is an own goal. How much did they get paid for this?
Yeah.
That was the biggest. That was the biggest sort of. Wait, like why? You know when I wasn't even disappointed when I seen it. I was since Rob Green dropped that into his own net against the States a couple of years ago, and it was just the way that Martin was diving trying to catch it. And then he sort of turned around and said, sorry.
It was the look on his face and the look on Potter's face in particular.
Potter's face was I was just about to say. He's just staring at him, and you just think, you're going to have to walk away, mate, or you're going to end up... I mean, he got a load of stick, deservedly so, but how must he have felt when that went? And you just think, oh no, what have I done,
Yeah.
I mean, you got to feel really sorry for him. I can remember that time when we went to Forest all those years ago. Trent McLean. Now, that was a bullet header. Yeah. That was a belting goal. And he couldn't get up off the ground. Do you remember that? Were you there?
Yeah, I didn't go, no.
Like Ben Chorley had to physically come and pick him up off the ground. Physically pick him up because he just couldn't move. And they made it a nightmare for him because every time we get the ball after that, they were all cheering and clapping him, But,
I mean, let's be honest. If you're going to score an own goal, then you've got to make it an own goal that people are going to remember. You think about Anthony Kaye's last one, the 25-yarder over Ian McLaughlin. I mean, that was fantastic as well.
You don't remember the one at Posh? Or was that the one? Yeah, that was the one over Ian, wasn't it? Yeah, that was fab.
Okay, that's what it is.
Exactly.
It's annoying, but...
The Leeds fans, are they the type to, when they score a last-minute own goal against you, to turn around and rub it in really sort of like aggressively?
I would have thought so.
I think they were all still absolutely stunned by it.
Shocked by
I mean, they were making a lot of noise, and the only sort of... I didn't get that much commentary, but there were people... shaking their heads because they couldn't believe that they'd just taken something from that game.
The YouTube video by phone that Mr. Jers alluded to a minute ago, have you listen to it. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Have you noticed a stunned second or two when the ball's actually in the back of the net before
they go?
The video realises that it's actually a goal?
What can you do?
I know.
Yeah, but
exactly.
It's annoying, but we're still outside the relegation for the minute, so, what
We
can you
took 4 points from 3 games over Christmas. That'll keep us up. We just keep that form going. That's all we need.
Still have not won 2 games in a row this season in the league.
That's so last season.
So
We don't need
last
to do
year.
stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, we're going to move on. And what are we going to talk about?
Oh, blimey, it's me again, isn't
It is.
Right, coming up in this section of the show, we'll probably spend a lot of time scratching our heads and wondering just how that goal happened. We'll do our best to keep our spirits high and be generally supportive and all that, but we'll struggle, so pretty much like the first bit then, I guess.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Oh, this just in. Thanks, Justin. This just in. Following Anthony Kay's decision to make us the subject of even more open-mouthed ridicule than usual on Saturday afternoon, Club Supremo Andrew "Call Me Andy" Cullen today announced the latest in his series of big days out. Andrew announced that Tuesday's game against Burnley will now be classed as beat that big day out. Anyone who could provide proof at the box office that they've done something quite so stupid at any point in their entire lives will of course be entitled to free entry to all games for the rest of the season. More on this once we've worked out if it's going to cost us anything at all.
I think not.
On that though, in all seriousness, I'm flabbergasted that we haven't charged them stupid amount of prices after earlier in the season.
What, Burnley?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do they charge us?
This
was the one where they charged
£5 for them and £20 for us or
£20
something
for us,
like that.
yeah.
I don't know. Something like that, I don't know.
It's because we're honourable gentlemen.
And rich.
And rich. Stupidly
Yeah,
so.
apparently.
Yeah. Well, we used to be until we went to Leeds.
Okay, you can contact us by smiling enthusiastically at your in-laws to make them think you're happy with your Christmas present, and then regretting your convincing performance later because you realise you could just end up with the same crap again next year, or alternatively, you can use more conventional methods. You can contact us on Facebook, and we're at facebook.com/the MooCamp. You can tweet using the hashtag the MooCamp during the show. You can text 80085, but remember to start your message with, how many bleeding fart machines does one person need anyway? Or else it won't reach us. Or you can text direct to the studio on 07848 930 396.
The lexicon of chaff. Of chaff.
You will not believe how nervous that music makes me. Yes, because it's lexicon time. It's that part of the show where each week, every week, we here at the MooCamp Radio Show educate you, yes, you, the educated elite, into the ways of the feral underclass that seemingly run our planet, by providing you detailed translations of common street talk. This week, the words under scrutiny are lots and lots of them. Common usage. New Year can be quite naughty when you're on your jack, but don't bother me. I nipped up the apples for a quick Steffi and popped on the moody whistle, slipped on a nifty oneer in my sky and got a Joe down in the rubber dub. After a few Britneys, with my garden gate, things started getting proper messy. I went right over tip, done me hammer, and me Niagaras are a bit shifty too. I ended up in me Uncle Ted, Pat Malone, all polo mint and right Uncle Dick. Oh dear. LA 2016, Wolford style. Definition. Well, I'm not actually going to insult you by offering a definition because, as Milton Keynes Don's fanatics, we're all London. In it. Widely and incorrectly believed to have originated from the 2004 hit film The Football Factory. Its first recorded usage actually dates back from the London Hackney Carriage Act of 1831, which introduced legislations that it was an offence for a hackney carriage not to carry a bale of hay with which to feed the horses.
I've missed that. Thank you both. There are just those many occasions where you just find yourself sitting there thinking, yeah, this is what a Don's show should be all about. Okay.